Scale is one of Mueck's hallmarks. Dead Dad was the first piece that Mueck made in his career as a fine artist. The same miraculous attention to detail is there. The piece is utterly realistic and convincing, except that the body is about 3 feet long. In death, the man becomes diminished. He is the size of a very young child. There is the temptation to pick him up and cradle him. At the opposite extreme to Dead Dad is this massive sculpture, called simply Boy. He dwarfs everyone and everything in sight. We become inadequate and physically diminished as we gaze up at him, a 20th century Gulliver child who makes Lilliputians of us all. Mueck's manipulations of scale can have a profound psychological effect on the spectator and prevents his work from becoming merely a skilled exercise in model making. This little man, apparently in need of a shave, is about half human size, although he is not actually a human. He is an angel, perched on a real stool. His splendid feathered wings are also real. They come from a stuffed goose. Angel was made after Mueck had encountered the figure of Time in this picture, an allegory with Venus and Time by Giambattista Tiepolo, and was inspired to make his own winged figure. A few months later, in 1999, he was invited to become associate artist at the National Gallery in London, a project that involved making new work inspired by the gallery's collection of old masters. Realism in art has a long and often controversial history. One of Mueck's favourite pieces is Degas' celebrated sculpture, The Little Dancer Aged 14. The unidealized features of the girl were thought to be shockingly realistic at a time when the convention in sculpture was to idealize. The concept of idealization is also rejected in this painting, attributed to the great German Albrecht Dürer and showing the painter's father. Dürer's intense and detailed scrutiny is a feature of much North European art, where artists seem to be driven by a desire to record every bit of visual information that is before them. We also see it in this little painting by Dirk Boutz, who worked in and around Louvain in present-day Belgium. Both the Dürer and the Boutz were paintings that Mueck looked at carefully during his time at the National Gallery. Boutz's subject, the Virgin and Child, is, of course, a very common one. The art of the past has produced many images of the mother and child. Mueck's view of these was to question why the babies never quite look like real babies.